New tonight, chilling audio tapes that have never been released until now. The audio reveals details about a mid-Michigan cold case. What happened to Eric Franks? Tonight, those recordings of police interviews bring to light how police were lied to when they first started their investigation. ABC 12's Terry Camp has been following the story for more than a decade and has this exclusive update.
She was pretty adamant and she was furious every time I bring it up.
That is the voice of Emily, the biological daughter of Eric Franks. Emily was the reason Franks left his Ohio home and headed to the Saginaw area in 2010. His old girlfriend, Kendra Firmingham, had informed him that Emily was his child. In March 2011, Eric and his car vanished. Kendra Firmingham, her husband, and Emily were all questioned by then Buena Vista Township Police Detective Sean Waterman in 2012. He asked Firmingham's husband if he knew what happened to Eric.
He just kept telling me, go ask Kendra. Go ask Kendra.
So he did.
So eventually the question became somewhere in the interview, did you do this? Did you kill him? And of course her answer was no.
Kendra's husband and Emily lived here in Buena Vista Township. They moved to Florida shortly after Eric disappeared. In 2016, Kendra Firmingham died of cancer. The following year, a Florida police detective interviewed Kendra's husband and Emily about Eric's disappearance.
For the first time, we are hearing the recordings of those interviews, and Emily says her mom told her to lie to Mid-Michigan police back in 2012. Emily would have been 16 years old.
Don't tell them how many times you saw Eric. Okay? Tell them you only saw him 2 or 3 times at the mall. That is it.
Emily told the Florida detective she actually saw Eric about 8 times.
I think, when I hear that interview from Florida and then look at my interview and how nervous she was and how guarded she was, she's been prepped. She'd been told by Kendra that eventually probably the police are going to talk to you and this is what you're going to say.
Police also wanted to find Eric's cell phone.
The evidence of the phone log was pretty clear that the phone was used after he was missing.
Emily says she found his cell phone in 2012 in a purse that belonged to her mom. She showed it to Kendra.
She lost her mind, screaming, throwing things, threatening me, you're not going to leave the house, don't go through my stuff again.
Kendra's husband was also interviewed.
That I think we both speculated that there's a chance that was Eric's phone.
But for some reason, they never called police. Kendra's husband, who we are not identifying by name, also told Florida police that after Kendra died, he gave Kendra's 2 guns to Emily with this condition.
I told her don't ever sell them because just in case a body turns up and there's a bullet hole, that might, I said, that might be the murder weapon, never sell it.
Kendra Firmingham told police here in mid-Michigan that the last time she saw Eric Franks was when he was driving away in a Chevy Malibu from Miller's Motel here in Bridgeport Township in March of 2011, that he was leaving the area. In 2022, police got definite proof that was a lie.
I think finding the car confirmed what we thought we knew about the person that was most assuredly involved, being Kendra Firmingham Carnes.
Chad Bouse is Eric's brother-in-law. Eric's car was found in September of 2022. A man had purchased it in an estate sale after the passing of an incapacitated adult, Gerald Rutledge, who lived here on Mason Street in Saginaw. Eric's car had been in his garage all those years. Firmingham was a caretaker for Rutledge, and neighbors say they saw Firmingham and her husband at the house several times. Court papers indicate there were questions over Kendra's handling of Rutledge's money in March of 2011. Rutledge had $2.7 million.
That is the month and the days when Eric turned up missing. So I guess one could assume that that could be about the time when that car was moved to Rutledge's house.
Did Kendra kill Eric because he knew she was taking money from Gerald Rutledge?
Could she have killed him by herself? Probably. There's all kinds of ways. Could she have disposed of his body by herself? I don't believe so.
Justice for her is not going to happen on this side of life, but it can for anybody who may have helped her, and that's what we're seeking.
We attempted to reach Kendra's husband and Emily for comment, but did not hear back. The Florida detective who interviewed Kendra's husband asked him if he would take a lie detector test.
They consider you and Kendra suspects. So if you fail it, they'll still consider you a suspect. If you pass it, potentially they can move on.
Kendra's husband refused. The search for the answer as to what happened to Eric Franks continues.
Eric's mom deserves it. My wife, Eric's sister, deserves it. and we're not going to stop.
You want closure for people. They want to know where their loved one is. And this is sad because he may never be found.
In Saginaw County, Terry Camp, ABC 12 News.
The Michigan State Police is asking anyone with information on this case to give them a call. For more on this story, head over to our ABC 12 YouTube page, and you can watch by scanning this code on your screen or by searching at WJRT ABC 12 on YouTube.